Believe in your vision. View it in your mind. Keep vibes positive. Take lots of action. Trust the process. Allow it to flow in. Manifest it. With this positive thought, a very good morning to all my dear students. I hope you all are in good health. I, Shreya Jadhav, welcome you all to my e-learning channel, and today we are going to learn English, grammar part, active passive voice, part 2. Now in the previous video of active and passive, we have gone through the tenses. Now we will be going through the additional active and passive changes. So let us begin. So let us have a quick revision of what we have done in the first video for active and passive. So before this is a general term or formation for sentence formation in English grammar, how sentences are formed. So basically a sentence is formed by subject, verb and object. So here we have example, Lata sings lovely songs. So Lata becomes the subject. Subject means name of person, place, animal or thing or any pronoun. So subject would include any noun or pronoun. Then we have verb, that is sings. Any action doing words are known as verbs. So over here we have sing, that is an action. We can have eating, dancing, bathing, cleaning, talking, sleeping, anything could be. Some actions are being indicated, so this is called a verb. Then we have object. Object is always followed by the subject. It tells us the exact information about what the person is doing. So over here the object is lovely song. So we can have the subject, verb and object. This is how the formation is being done. Let us move ahead. Let us learn the concept. Now, what is the exact concept of active and passive? There are two ways of expressing an action, either in an active form or in an passive form. Both the sentences are correct according to the grammatical formation. The first one is Hari killed a snake. You can have a look over here. This is in active form. You can see that Hari is a subject because it is a name of a person. Then we have killed, that is a verb. That is an action being showed to us. Then we have snake, that becomes the object. Now when you change into passive form, your subject will become object and your object will become subject. So over here the sentence would start from here. A snake was killed by Hari. So you can have a look over here. The object in active voice became the subject over here. A snake becomes the subject. Killed become a verb. And why was killed is written? Because killed is past tense, so we are supposed to use was over there as it is singular. Then we have by, which is compulsory when you write down into a passive form. And then we have Hari. So Hari was subject in the active form and now it become object in the passive one. Key points to remember. Subject in active voice becomes the object in passive voice. Object in active voice becomes the subject in passive voice. The passive contains past participle, that is verb's third form of the main verb. The subject of active voice is made the object of some preposition. Generally we use by, so it is compulsory that whenever you change into passive we are supposed to use by. We'll be studying in this video that if other prepositions are used and not by, then we are not supposed to write by. We can use other preposition which you will be learning further. Some form of the verb to be is am, is, are, was, were, being or been according to the tenses. The tense of the verb does not change. For example, if the sentence is in simple present tense active form, then while changing into passive, it will remain simple present tense only. No changes will be done. Now change of voice in tenses. So there are total 12 tenses, but out of that only 8 tenses are used for changing in passive form. Okay, total there are 12 tenses, but out of which only 8 are used for changing the passive form. The first one is simple present tense, simple past tense, simple future tense, simple continuous tense, present continuous tense, past continuous tense, present perfect tense, past perfect tense, and future perfect tense. So now let us study active and passive voice through typical constructions. So let us begin. Modals followed by verbs. Now you are supposed to remember or take into consideration, or the question arises in your mind, what are modals? So let us know. Modals in English grammar. A modal is a verb that combines with another verb to indicate a mood or tense. A modal, also known as auxiliary or modal verb, expresses necessity, uncertainty, possibility, or permission. For example, can, could, may, might, must, ought, shall, will, would, need, dare. So what you are supposed to keep in mind, dear students, is that modals are the words which combines with another verb and tells us about the tense. And you are supposed to remember the words given over here, that is can, could, may, might, must, ought, shall, should, will, would, need, dare. So these all words are considered as modals. So now let us have how the sentences are formed over here. So the first one, that is modal followed by verb. Now in the active form we have modal plus verb's first form, that is the main form. When we change into passive, what we are supposed to consider is modal plus be plus verb's third form. So over here we'll be directly changing into the past participle form. So the first example over here is she can help you. Now you is the object over there. When you change into passive one, the object becomes the subject. So you, that will become the subject. Then we are supposed to use modal, that is can. Then after modal, that is can, we are supposed to use be. Then we are supposed to use the verb's third form, that is helped. In active form you can see over here help is written. In the passive form you can see that the verb's third form, that is helped by her. The second sentence, he would solve this sum. Now when you change into passive, this sum, which is objective active form, will become the subject. So this sum now could, as we have used would over here, it changes into could be solved by him. The next one, may I use your pen? So if it is starting with any question, if it is an interrogative, we are not supposed to make into an assertive or a simple sentence. It would remain as it is. No changes in the tense, no changes in the formation of it. So we'll be using like this, may I use your pen. So when you change it, it will start from the question as it is. You will be starting up, may your pen be used by me. So you can see over here, may would remain as it is, your pen will become the subject. Now after subject, be used by me. The next one, he would receive you at the airport. You would be received by him at the airport. Next one, you ought to serve your parents. So you will be starting from here, your parents will become the subject. Your parents ought, model, to be. Now when you ought to is considered as model, not only ought but together, ought to becomes a model. So your parents becomes the subject, ought to becomes the model, then along with model we use be, and then we use verbs third form, that is serve by you. The next one, that is imperative sentences. Now imperative sentences begin with first form of the verb. In case of request, please or kindly may be added before the infinitive. Here we have two types. The first one is of request, advised, order, which is confined to the subject. You can easily come to know, you can easily recognize that which word, either an advice is given or a command is given or you are ordered. You will come to know while reading it out. And then we have second category, that is we can say let sentences. That is while giving an offer or any sort of suggestion, this could be included. So now let us study these imperative sentences in two different categories and types. So let us start with type 1. Now for the active form, it would be really easy and simple. There will be no constructions for the active form. But when you take into consideration, when you are changing it in passive, you are supposed to remember that you can see over here, request is there, order, advice, everything is there. There we are supposed to use to. Yes, this you might have learned in your direct and indirect also. Whenever we change into imperative, you are supposed to use to. The same rule applies over here also, that along with the request, order or advice, you will be using to plus verbs first form only. You will not be changing this in verbs third form. No past participles could be used. Now we have the first sentence, that is take exercise daily. Now this is a sort of what? An advice has been given. So you will be writing like this. You are advised to take exercise daily. Just see how the sentence formation is being done. Now take exercise daily means it is been indicated or told to a person. So it could be written like this. You are advised to take exercise daily. Next one is get out of my way. Now this is not a request being done or not an advice, this is an order. So you will be writing you are ordered to get out of my way. The third one is do not keep bad company. Now this is a request being done or an advice being given to a person. So you are advised not to keep bad company. Yes, we are giving advice. The next one is do not steal. Okay, so what will come over here now? Do not steal means it is a sort of advice also given and an order also being given. So you will be writing like this. You are forbidden to steal. It is a sort of request, order as well as advice given. So forbidden, the word would be used. Next one is please help me. So you will be writing like this. You are requested to help me. Now there you can see the word please is written, which means you are requesting someone. So this will be you are requested to help me. This is type 1 of imperative sentences of request, advice and order. Now we shall do part 2, that is the let formation of the sentences. Over here we can have some sort of suggestion or we can have any sort of offer. Now you can see in the table that we have active form, we have verbs first form, that is the main verb along with the object. When we change into passive, we are supposed to start with let. So let plus subject plus be plus verb's third form, that is the past participle. So over here the first sentence, do it. Now this is a sort of instruction being given. So if we change this into passive, it would be written in this way. We are supposed to start with let. So let it be done. Now you can use or you can write in the other way, let it be done by you. Okay, you can put by you, or if you write in this format, let it be done. Both of the sentences are correct. The second one is open the window. Now when you change into passive one, you are supposed to start with let. So let the window be opened. The third sentence is never waste time. So when you change into passive form, you will be writing like this, let the time never be wasted. The fourth sentence would be let us play tennis. Now you can see over here in the passive form also let is used. Then there is no changes when you change into passive one. You can see in active form it has been used. So there will be no changes in passive form. Let the tennis be played by us. The next one is let them watch a film. Now in the active form let is already written. Now when you change into passive one, you will be making the formation like this. Let the film be watched by them. The next category is sentences with infinitive. Now over here you can see that in active form we have to plus infinitive. When we change into passive form, it would be to plus be plus verb's third form. So you can see over here, a stick is to walk with. Now when you change into passive one, it would be a stick is to be walked with. There would be no major changes over here. You can observe the sentences over here. Women like to talk to. Women like to be talked to. Over here by is not there. Instead of by we are using be. The third one is he wanted to take rest. Now over here there is no subject or object being used. So you will be starting the sentence as it is. He wanted. Then we'll be taking up the verb, that is rest. So he wanted rest to be taken. Then next one is Lalit is to do this job. This job is to be done by Lalit. Next one, she wants to insult us. The passive form would be she wants us to be insulted. Infinitive form are really easy to understand because over here we don't have any major changes. The next one is sentence having verb plus prepositions. So here in the active form you can see that a car can run over a child. When you change into passive, the active means in active form the object will become the subject. So it will be a child was run over by a car. The next one is they laughed at the beggar. The beggar was laughed at by them. Third formation is she is looking after the baby. So the baby is being looked after by her. Now you can see over here there are number of tenses being used. We have past tense over here, We have present continuous tense over here. So always remember that if you have studied and gone through the previous video, you will easily be able to solve it. The fourth one is the hunter aimed at the dove. The dove was aimed at by the hunter. Next one, the police was looking into the matter. Now the matter is the object which we are supposed to change into the subject. The matter was being looked into by the police. The next one, that is preposition other than by. Now in the beginning of this video we have gone through that. I told you that apart from by preposition there are other preposition words also which you can use. So let us study them. So in active form the sentence would be as it is. In the passive form, instead of using by, we are supposed to use to, at, in and with. Now the first sentence over here is I know him. So you will be writing in this way, he is known to me. Now him is the object over here. Now when you change it, it becomes a subject. So him changes into he. Why is written? Because this is a simple present tense. So is known, that is the third form, known to me. Now instead of using by, we have used to over here. The next one is this jug contains milk. So the sentence would be milk is contained in this jug. Next one, the news alarmed him. The sentence would be he was alarmed at this news. Next one is your habits worry me. I am worried at your habits. Next one, you cannot please everybody. Everybody cannot be pleased with you. So over here, instead of using by, we have used other prepositions such as to, at, in and with. You can see over here. The next one, that is change of interrogative sentences. So let us go through the rules for it. Now the rules are something like this. The first one, interrogative sentences remain interrogative in form even in the passive. Now for example, if in the active sentence it is written in interrogative, while changing into passive you will not change. It will remain an interrogative sentence only. So the first form is no changes will be done. The second point is there will be a question mark at the end of the sentence. In the active form as well as in the passive form, there will be no change. Question mark is compulsory interrogative mark. Then WH words or questions. Now which words are included? What, when, why, where, who, when, whose, which, how. The fourth point is who is changed into by whom. This we have done in the previous video also while changing the tenses. At that time also I have told you that who is changed into by whom. The fifth point is whom is changed into who. The other WH words remain unchanged. Means what, when, where, why. All these remain same. There would be no changes with them. Only changes will occur with these two, that is who and whom. Now if WH questions are asked, we know how we are supposed to change it. But if we are being asked question in context to do, does and did, how changes are to be done. If it is do or does, we are supposed to change it in is, am and are. If it is did, we are supposed to change it into was or were. So now let us move and let us go through it, how it is being changed. Remember, this is really very important. So you can see over here there are two columns. One is for active, one is for passive. So over here we have, do they speak English? Now the question itself starts with do, and at the end you can see there is a question mark. When you change into passive, you are supposed to keep it as question only. You cannot change it in a statement or an assertive sentence. So you will be starting like this, is, because it is a singular present tense. So is English spoken by them? So instead of do, we have used is. English becomes the subject. Speak, that is the verb, changes into third form, that is spoken. By, which is used while converting into passive, and they changes into them. The second one is, did they win the match? Now when you change it, you can see did over there. Now did is always used in past tense. So as it is a single or a singular match is there, we use was over there. So the sentence will start with was the match. The match will become what? It will become the subject. So was the match won by them? They changes into them. By is compulsory used. Next one is, has he invited you? Then we'll be changing it in this form. Have you been invited by him? So has changes into have, because we cannot start the sentence like this, has you. No, that is a wrong formation, grammatical wrong formation that is. So it will start with, have you been invited by him? The next one is, whom do you want? Now we have learned that if there is a question with who, you will be changing into who. So who is wanted by you? The last sentence is, who wrote this book? So you can see over here we have seen that if it is who, we are supposed to change it into by whom. So by whom is this book written? Okay, so by, which we were using in between the sentence, we'll be starting the sentence with by. Who changes into whom. Is this book, it will be remain as it is. Wrote changes into third form, that is written. So I hope you all have understood the extra activities which are related to active and passive voice apart from the tenses. The concept for active and passive is clear over here. I hope you all have enjoyed, you all have learned something new. Thank you for watching, and if you have still any doubt or queries, feel free to ask or feel free to comment down in the comment section. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.